I'm not a great fisherman. I don't go skiing. I have a son that I want him to play good golf. My purpose right now is to see if he can play good golf, and I'm working a lot with him.
Golf looks polite. Gentlemen in quiet clothes, handshakes and smiles. But Vijay Singh at 62 proves golf is not polite. It's not a gentleman's game. It's a war. He made me want to retire. That's what Brady Schnell said, a journeyman who got into Singh's head so badly he walked away. This is 5 golfers Vijay Singh says he will never compete against. 5 people who bruised him so deeply he refuses to be on the same course. This is about hatred turned into championship wins. Let's start with Brady Schnell 2020. The pandemic shut golf down completely. When tours came back, it was just the Korn Ferry Tour. Vijay Singh was 57. He had won 3 majors. He was world number 1. He had earned over $71 million, but he wanted competitive reps to stay sharp. So he entered the Korn Ferry Challenge at TPC Sawgrass. Brady Schnell lost his mind. Schnell was 35 years old. He was fighting for his livelihood on the KFT developmental circuit. He saw Vijay Singh, a multi-millionaire Hall of Famer, entering a tournament young players desperately needed. That money was supposed to be for the next generation, not for a legend taking a warm-up lap. So Schnell went on Twitter, "Hey Vijay Singh, you are a true piece of trash if you accept money playing in a Korn Ferry Tour event. And I'll say it right to your face." He doubled down. He called Singh a complete turd. He said Singh had his money and his career. He said Singh should wait another month and play with his senior friends. Subscribe right now if you've never heard this story. Share this with someone who loves golf. In the comments below, tell me who you think pushed Vijay Singh the furthest in his entire golf career. Was it Tiger Woods? Was it someone else? Let me know what you think. The backlash came instantly, but not what Schnell expected. Phil Mickelson defended Vijay Singh strongly. Mickelson tweeted that Singh was a Hall of Famer and had earned the right to play where and when he wanted. The tour's legend stood up for the guy he once screamed at in the locker room. But here's the thing. Vijay Singh withdrew. He looked at the situation and decided it wasn't worth it. Unlike his battles with Tiger where he dug in his heels, unlike his fights with Phil where he never backed down, here Singh chose to leave. He refused to compete where he was explicitly unwelcome. A journeyman had gotten under his skin so deeply, a Hall of Famer walked away. Brady Schnell later deleted the tweets. He apologized, claiming emotional stress, but the damage was done. Singh had been publicly shamed by someone nobody remembers. He made me want to retire. That is the only time Vijay Singh will never compete against someone. That is the only example where the claim is literally true. Now we go back. Rory Sabatini, December 2012. The Sony Open in Hawaii. Singh and a Sabatini were paired together in the final round. Sabatini is a South African golfer who became Slovakian. He holds a reputation for being as abrasive as Singh. In polls, Sabatini was named the most hated player by his peers. When you put 2 combustible elements in golf on the same course, something explodes. On the first green, Singh missed a short par putt. He immediately turned his anger on Mick Doran. Doran was Sabatini's caddy. Singh accused Doran of moving or making noise during his stroke. He swore at the caddy loudly. Sabatini knew his caddy was innocent. More importantly, Sabatini had a short fuse. He stepped in to defend his bagman. The argument escalated into a shouting match. People outside the ropes could hear it. Security was so worried about a physical fight they assigned extra volunteers to follow the group for the rest of the round. Alan Awana, a security volunteer, said in 20 years he had never seen anything like it. The tension was that high. The anger was that real. Sabatini filed a formal complaint with the PGA Tour for conduct unbecoming a professional. He said Singh engaged in verbal abuse. For once, Sabatini was positioned as the good guy defending his caddy. Singh had won the battle, but cemented his image as someone who would attack anyone, even caddies, even young players who stood up to him. Sabatini and Singh continued to play tournaments together, but tour officials made sure they were never paired again. Both men were still active on tour, but they maintained a careful, deliberate distance. We go further back now, 2005, the Masters Tournament. This is where Vijay Singh and Phil Mickelson had one of the most famous locker room altercations in Masters history. Singh and Mickelson represented completely different archetypes. Mickelson was lefty. He was the gambling, smiling fan favorite who played with reckless abandon. Singh was the ascetic. He ignored the fans and focused only on mechanics. He was viewed as icy and dour. The clash was about philosophy and who deserved respect. During the second round, Singh played in the group right after Mickelson. The par 3 12th hole at Augusta is called Golden Bell. It's treacherous. Singh noticed deep scuff marks on the putting surface. He noticed indentations. He summoned a rules official. He blamed Mickelson. He said Mickelson's spikes were damaging the greens. Mickelson had recently experimented with metal spikes. They were 8 millimeters long. Most players used 6 millimeters. The longer spikes gave better grip on Augusta's slick slopes, but they also lifted tufts of grass if the player dragged their feet. Mickelson was known for dragging his feet, so the accusation had technical merit, but it was also pure gamesmanship. It was Singh saying, "I am going to police you publicly." A rules official approached Mickelson on the 13th fairway. Mickelson offered to change his shoes immediately. The official checked and found no burrs. Mickelson was allowed to continue, but the message was delivered. Singh was watching him. Singh was questioning him. But the real fight happened after golf ended that day. After the round, Mickelson waited for Singh in the champions' locker room. This space is reserved only for past major winners. It's sacred ground. Mickelson was waiting. The confrontation was immediate and profane. Mickelson got inch close to Singh's face. He screamed that Singh could question his equipment, but never question his integrity. Other reports said Mickelson called Singh a much worse name. He called Singh a mother. The anger was raw. The insult was personal. The scene was so volatile that Fred Couples had to step in and separate them. Fred Couples, a legendary player himself, had to act as peacemaker between two major champions. That tells you everything about how far this had gone. What makes this darker is that Steve Williams, Tiger Woods' caddy, later validated Singh's feelings about Mickelson. Williams wrote that he wouldn't call Mickelson a great player because he hated the guy. So Singh was not an outlier. Plenty of people on tour found Mickelson's public persona grating. They found his smiling, charming act phony. Singh was just the only one angry enough to get into a screaming match at Augusta about it. In 2020, when Brady Schnell attacked Singh on Twitter, Phil Mickelson defended him. Mickelson tweeted that he and Singh weren't close, but Singh was a Hall of Famer. Singh was a big part of the PGA Tour's success. Singh had earned the right to play where and when he wanted. These two men had screamed at each other in a locker room. These two men had hated each other for 15 years. And yet, when a journeyman attacked Singh, Mickelson stood up for him. Golf is complicated. Relationships are complicated. But the hatred was still there beneath the surface. They tolerate each other because the size of the purse requires it. The locker room incident of 2005 still defines their relationship. They still compete in majors together, but they do not dine together. They do not practice together. They exist in the same space and pretend the other one is invisible. Tell me in the comments if you think Vijay Singh was misunderstood or simply impossible to like. Was his anger justified or was he just a bully? Let me know what you think. Now we go back further. 2003, the Bank of America Colonial. Annika Sorenstam was the best female golfer in the world. She had never played on the PGA Tour. Men's Tour. Annika accepted a sponsor's exemption to the Colonial. She became the first woman to compete on the PGA Tour since Babe Zaharias in 1945. The media loved it. Sponsors loved it. Golf fans loved it. It was groundbreaking. Vijay Singh hated it. Singh was ranked number 7 in the world at the time. He viewed the exemption as a corruption of the tour's meritocratic purity. In an interview, Singh said he hoped she would miss the cut. She doesn't belong out here. She is the best woman golfer in the world, but I want to emphasize women. We have our tour for men and they have their tour for women. She is taking a spot from someone else in the field. Singh argued letting her play was unfair to male players. This is a men's tour. Singh reportedly said he would withdraw if he was paired with her. The pairings are done randomly, so the threat signaled his absolute refusal to legitimize what he called a stunt. He would walk away rather than share a course with Annika Sorenstam. That was his position. The backlash was swift and brutal. Singh was branded a sexist. When he returned to the Colonial, fans mocked him. Spectators wore chicken hats. They wore t-shirts that read, "Sing a different tune, Vjay." The gallery heckled him. Heckling is rare in golf. But Singh had crossed a line. He had said something that revealed his true beliefs. And golf fans did not like what they saw. Facing intense pressure, Singh issued a public statement. He said he would like to apologize. It came out the wrong way. It was not genuine. It was strategic damage control. But the damage had been done. Singh was branded as golf's villain. The public had turned on him. Annika later retired. But when she played in the PNC Championship with her son Will, Singh was there with his son Koss. The incident remains a scar. Now we arrive at the crown jewel, Tiger Woods. The feud with Tiger Woods defined a decade. In the early 2000s, the Big Four dominated. Tiger Woods, Vijay Singh, Phil Mickelson, Ernie Els. Tiger was the chosen son. He was the corporate icon. He moved the needle for the industry. Singh was the outsider, the man who felt he had to work twice as hard to earn half the respect. This created a volatile foundation. The first major fracture happened at the 2000 President's Cup in Virginia. Paul Tesori was Singh's caddy. Tesori arrived at the first tee wearing a custom-made cap. On the back were the words, "Tiger Who." It was gamesmanship. It was designed to get in Tiger's head. The gambit backfired instantly. Woods was holding all 4 major championship titles at the same time. And this cap, these 2 words, made him angry. Witnesses said Woods' demeanor shifted dramatically. The zone hardened into cold fury. Woods proceeded to dismantle Singh. He won the match 2-1. It was pure dominance. It was a display of superiority. Years later, Singh made a putt, and Woods remained completely silent. Singh whispered to his caddy that he thought Tiger had seen the hat. Tesori later apologized, but at that time, it established a dynamic of disrespect. For Singh, it reinforced that he could not beat Woods with mental warfare. He had to beat him in the dirt. 5 years later, Singh had ascended to world number 1. He had ended Tiger's record reign. The atmosphere was toxic. During the Ford Championship at Doral, Woods unleashed a prodigious drive on the par 5 12th hole. It flew past Phil Mickelson's ball by approximately 44 yards. The distance was enormous. The disparity was shocking. Whispers started in the locker room. Was Tiger's driver legal? Did it exceed the limits? Singh did not file the complaint. Tom Pernice Jr. did. Pernice was a PGA Tour journeyman, but one of Singh's closest friends on tour. When Pernice watched the telecast and saw Woods hit that far, he contacted PGA Tour officials. With new equipment, you never know. The entire tour ecosystem viewed this as a proxy move for Singh. Singh was trying to bring down his rival through the rules. The following week at Bay Hill, 2 officials intercepted Woods in the parking lot. They confiscated his driver. The driver passed the test. Woods was vindicated. He was well below the speed limit. The incident froze the relationship to Arctic temperatures. It confirmed both men would use any weapon. But here is the nuance. Singh and Woods did not stop competing. They remained as fixtures in the same tournaments for decades. They both compete at the PNC Championship. Tiger plays with his son Charlie. Vjay plays with his son Koss. They are paired near each other because they are star attractions. At the Masters, both remained lifetime invitees. They compete annually, so the claim that Singh will never compete against Woods is factually incorrect. They play against each other all the time, but the claim is psychologically accurate regarding social engagement. They do not play practice rounds together except when forced. They do not dine together. They do not speak off the course. The hate has evolved into a stony, professional distance. They are 2 lions too old to fight for the pride. But they remember every scar from the battles of 2025. They remember the driver test. They remember the hat. They remember that the other one tried to destroy them. So what is the absolute truth here? What does this all really mean? Vijay Singh does not play golf to make friends. He plays golf to prove people wrong. The list of 5 is not a handicap. It is his engine. He used Tiger Woods as motivation for his entire career. He won 9 tournaments in his 2024 season. He used the Annika backlash to harden his shell against the media. He used the Mickelson fight to assert his authority as a rules enforcer of the game. Every feud, every rivalry, every moment of hatred has been converted into fuel. The claim that he names 5 golfers he will never compete against is a mythological truth. He names them as enemies. He hates them, probably. But he does not fear them. He does not run from them. With the sole exception of Brady Schnell, where the battle was not worth the mud. At 62 years old, Vijay Singh is still hitting balls on the range long after the sun is set. The other players have gone to dinner. But Singh is still there grinding. The ghosts of the list of 5 are there with him. They are the spectral opponents that keep him grinding. Whether it is the shadow of Tiger Woods' dominance, the echo of Phil Mickelson's spikes on the 12th green, or the digital vitriol of Brady Schnell, Singh has converted every single slight, every feud, every moment of hatred into the only currency he values: longevity, persistence. He may never compete with them in spirit, but he will compete against them until his body fails. Until he can no longer stand. The list is not a reason to quit. The list is the reason he plays.